I think it's important when you're at this point in an analytic exercise, which is what we're in the middle of, that you think about where you've come from, as I said before, and what you've learned, but also think about the process. You've just heard in 90 minutes 6 talks representing hundreds, if not thousands of hours of analysis by everybody in this room, and communicated succinctly and precisely and in a way that many of us will be able to remember. That's really a considerable accomplishment. And I think you need to think about how hard it was. Think about the process of squeezing all this information into 10 minutes. I heard a couple of briefers talk about that. Yet if you're a decision maker and you're running an agency or running an organization, the amount of information you have to digest is actually as large, if not larger, than what we just heard today. And it's happening to you on a regular basis. So the ability to distill and prioritize and get to the point is one of the most important skills an analyst has as you move forward professionally. Being able, people talk about having the elevator speech, the 3-minute talk with your boss as you're going up the tower. This is a really important part of dealing with a more complex world. I often talk about the fact that when I was growing up, there were 3 billion people on the planet. Today, there are 7 billion people on the planet. But it's not just that. The consumption, the patterns of consumption, the impact on the environment, the complexity of the global economy compared to the way the economy worked in 1960 is something that you really need to think about as we develop a management profession to deal with the complexity of this planet. And so the kind of skill that you're talking about, that we all just saw demonstrated in real time over the last 90 minutes, is one of the most important skills you're going to bring out of this program. And if you talk to the alums and you watch them in action as professionals, you'll see they all know how to do this, and they all know how to work in groups to distill that information. That was the other process issue I want you to think about, which is we all came here a few months ago not knowing each other. Now you know each other well, maybe in some cases too well, but you know how to work together, and you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. That process is also one that goes on throughout your career. As you learn how to assess the talents of people around you, how to fit your talents in with theirs and produce an effective product at the end of a group process. So those kinds of parts of what you've done here. So it's not just the science, it's not just the management, it's not just the politics, it's not just the policy, it's the process of producing what you've just produced. And today what you saw was the evidence of that. To me, and I think to your faculty, it's thrilling, frankly, to watch this, because we see this process unfold in front of us and how hard it is to do. This is not an easy thing to do. The discipline that's required, the structure that you all put into this, and the time and effort, and frankly, the compromises that have to be made in order to come to an agreement on what to present, is all part of how this works. So I think that you did a spectacular job. I'm really happy to see what we've seen here. I think you've deserved a few weeks off, I guess, at the end of this week, so enjoy your vacation. And then when we come back, we'll do more of the same. Thanks again, and have a great break.